Over this past weekend, we saw a lot of great performances by each team, but in today's video, we're going to be going in-depth on one big play, and that big play was a 10-yard touchdown run by Damien Williams. We're going to be going into all three factors of Patrick Mahomes, the offensive line, and Damien Williams himself, and how all three of these factors played into such a complimentary run game over the weekend. So let's get into the film breakdown. Breaking down the first factor, we're going to be looking at the offensive line. So on this play, the Chiefs are going to be running an outside zone play against the Colts. So going over the blocking assignments of the offensive line, starting with the right tackle. The right tackle is going to be having kind of a reach block responsibility, mainly getting to the outside and trying to seal that defensive end in. It's going to be difficult for the tackler to do on this play since of the wide alignment. And then moving to the interior, we see the right guard in the center will be having a double team up to Darius Leonard, number 53, who's circled right now. And then Cameron Irving's going to have another very difficult block here. It's to cut off this backside nose tackle from not allowing any penetration up to the front side of the play. And then finally, the backside tackle, the left tackle, will be having one of the more easier blocks, kind of just trying to box out that defensive end and hopefully open up a cutback lane. At the snap of the ball, we're going to start to see this picture form and see what happens. So we have it paused right here. As we look, the right tackle failed to reach the defensive end, so the defensive end beats him to the outside. But Mitchell Schwartz does a great job here by keeping that defensive end to the outside and lets a lane open up behind him, between him and the right guard here. We see the right guard in the center do a great job reaching that 2-eye. Mitch Morris does a great job reaching around and getting across his face. Perfect technique. And then we see the right guard here able to climb up to Darius Leonard, number 53. Front side looks perfect. And we look at the backside. Cameron Irving, the left guard here, starts to work his way to reach that 2-eye. Wasn't completely there yet, but he's working his way there. Looks good enough. And then finally, the backside tackle, the left tackle, does a great job boxing out. This play should hit right between the right tackle and the right guard, following that yellow line. Looks perfect. Damien Williams sees it. Everything looks perfect. So with that in mind and the picture in your head, let's rewind it from the beginning and watch the main factors we talked about with the offensive line. With the right tackle doing a good job, the double team moving, and the backside left tackle doing a great job of boxing out. But let's move on to the next frame here where it's going to be a negative factor for the offensive line, and that's on Cameron Irving here. Cameron Irving was not able to fully reach the nose tackle, Grover Stewart. In the previous frame, it looked like he was working his way there, but Grover Stewart does a great job getting separation and working across his face to get inside of Damien Williams' running lane. This shuts down the front side of this play. So Damien Williams has to improvise. Instead of taking a 2-yard gain, he decides to improvise, like I said, to make a huge gain. So we're going to highlight the left tackle here on the backside, circled in white. He does a great job boxing out this defensive end, opening up this huge lane that's starting to just kind of crease open here. And Damien Williams sees it. So Damien Williams right now is thinking about making a jump cut to the outside, but we'll work on that in the next frame. So let's rewind it from the start once again and look at the two factors played here. The left tackle doing a great job boxing out, and the backside left guard struggling to reach the nose tackle, which created this play to have some havoc. So look at the next positive factor on this play. We're going to be looking at Damien Williams in his first jump cut. It's not really necessarily a jump cut here. We see he reads the front side's gone, so he just kind of stops and stands there for a split second to let Cameron Irving wash the nose tackle out of the picture, which he just cuts right off of Cameron Irving's butt, shows great vision and a great burst to get away from this play. So then moving on to the second positive factor, we're going to see a second jump cut here when he gets into the second level where he can be so deadly. He sees that the safety here, Malik Hooker, is just over pursuing, number 26. So pretty much once again, he just stops dead in his tracks, stops all of his momentum, plants his foot in the ground, and just jumps right past him and runs in for an easy touchdown. So looking at those two factors in slow motion, let's speed it back up and watch it in real time and see how Damien Williams is so lethal at making his precise cuts with his vision and his burst. So moving past the factor of Damien Williams in this offensive line, let's go on to the last factor, and that's Patrick Mahomes on this play. He does something very subtle, but creates his play to maybe even make this entire cutback. Freeze it, and look at what Patrick Mahomes is doing here. He hands the ball off, but he brings his arm back like he still has the ball ready to make a quick throw and has his eyes to the outside where his receivers are at. This fear gets put in them number 50, Anthony Walker, who jumps to the outside trying to make sure there's no quick slants that get thrown. Due to that, it makes Anthony Walker get out of position to fill this cutback lane, which creates this whole play to happen here. This is perfect by Patrick Mahomes. It's subtle, will never get attention, but it's great. So let's watch it in real time and just see how far Anthony Walker has to get jumped out of position and how late he is to even realize that Damien Williams has the ball. This is a perfect play that goes unnoticed by Patrick Mahomes. So wrapping up that Patrick Mahomes, that finishes up all three factors what created this touchdown run here. First starting with the offensive line, then to Damien Williams, and then to Patrick Mahomes. As we see, it's not so simple as it looks. And if you guys enjoy breaking down a big play at a time, make sure you guys like and comment and subscribe, and let me know down in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.